conference to introduce themselves. Salil?
Hi, I'm Salil Parekh, CEO and Managing Director of Infosys. I'm joining in from Bangalore on our campus.
Sundaram?
Lead Independent Director and also the Chairperson of the Nomination Remuneration Committee and Risk Management Committee. I'm joining this meeting through video conference from my residence in Mumbai. Thank you.
Mike Gibbs?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Gibbs, Independent Director, joining in from Houston, Texas. I'm the Chairman of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee and also the Cyber Risk Subcommittee.
Bobby?
Hello, good evening. I'm Bobby Parikh. I'm Independent Director and Chairperson of the Audit Committee. I'm joining the meeting from Mumbai.
Chitra?
This is Chitra Nayak. Hello. I'm Independent Director and Chairperson of the ESG Committee, joining from California, USA.
Govind?
Hi, this is Govind Iyer. I'm an Independent Director and Chairperson of the CSR Committee, joining in from Mumbai.
Aline?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Hélène Oriol-Potier, Independent Director, joining in from France.
Nitin?
Nitin Paranjpe. I'm an Independent Director of the company. I'm joining in from Netherlands.
Jayesh?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jayesh Sangrajka, Chief Financial Officer, joining in from Bangalore.
Manikanta?
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Manikanta, Company Secretary, joining from Infosys Campus, Bangalore.
Apart from them, we also have key executives and senior management joining us from their respective locations. Statutory auditors and secretarial auditors have also joined this meeting. The company has taken all feasible efforts to enable members to participate through video conference and vote at the AGM. I thank all the members, colleagues on the board, auditors, and the management team for joining this meeting over video conference. I now request Manikanta, Company Secretary, to provide general instructions to the members regarding participation in this meeting.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Members may note that this annual general meeting is being held through video conferencing in accordance with the Companies Act 2013 and circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. The notice of the 44th AGM and the annual report for the financial year ended March 31st, 2025 have been sent electronically to members whose email addresses are registered with the company or with the depositories. In addition, physical copies of the annual report have been sent to the members who have requested for the same. Further, the company has sent a letter to shareholders whose email addresses are not registered with the company or depository participants, providing the web link from where the annual report can be accessed on the company's website. The facility for joining this meeting through video conference or other audiovisual means is made available for the members on a first-come, first-served basis. The company has also provided a webcast facility to view the live proceedings of this meeting on the company's website. The register of directors and key managerial personnel, the register of contracts or arrangements, certificates as required under the SEBI Share-Based Employee Benefits and Sweat Equity Regulations 2021, and other documents mentioned in the AGM notice have been made available electronically for inspection during this AGM. Members seeking to inspect any of these documents can send their requests to investors@infosys.com. As the AGM is being held through video conferencing, the facility for appointment of proxies was not applicable, and hence the proxy register for inspection is not available. The company has received requests from a few members to register them as speakers at this meeting. Accordingly, the floor will be open for these members to ask questions or express their views. We will facilitate this session once the chairman opens the floor for questions and answers. Members can also post their views are questions on the Ask a Question tab on the video conference screens before 4:30 p.m. IST. It may be noted that the company reserves the right to limit the number of members asking questions depending on the availability of time at this AGM. The company has provided the facility to cast votes electronically on all resolutions set forth in the notice. Members who have not cast their votes yet electronically and who are participating in this meeting will have an opportunity to cast their votes during the meeting through the e-voting system provider, NSDL. Members can click on the Vote tab on the video conference screen to make use of this facility. Members are also requested to refer to the instructions provided in the notice or appearing on the video conference page for a seamless participation through video conference and also for voting. In case members face any difficulty, they may reach out on the helpline numbers. Members may note that this AGM is being recorded. Please do not disclose any sensitive personal information or personally identifiable information belonging to you or any other persons that has no bearing on this meeting. Thank you very much. Now I request Nandan Nilekani to address the shareholders.
Dear shareholders, welcome to the 44th Annual General Meeting of Infosys. On behalf of the Infosys Board of Directors, I thank you for the unstinting support you have extended to the company and appreciate the time you have made to join us today. Fiscal 2025 has been a year of strong execution for Infosys. Although it's a time of uncertainty, unlike any that we have ever seen in recent times, Infosys grew 4.2% in constant currency, delivering US $19.2 billion in revenues. Operating margin for the year expanded by 50 basis points to 21.1%, and we generated US $4.1 billion in free cash flow, which is a record increase of 41.8% over fiscal 2024. Large deal TCV for FY25 had sustained momentum at US $11.6 billion. The company's robust performance reflects the strength of our client relationships, which will continue to be at the heart of all our future endeavors. For fiscal 2025, the board has recommended a final dividend of Rs 22, along with the interim dividend of Rs 21 per share, which is already paid. The total dividend for fiscal 2025 is Rs 43 per share. The company expects to continue returning approximately 85% of free cash flow cumulatively over the 5-year period through a combination of semi-annual dividend and or share buybacks and or special dividend, subject to applicable laws and required approvals. Under this policy, the company expects to progressively increase its annual dividend per share, excluding special dividend if any. Salil Parekh, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director, whose term extends until March 31st, 2027, and who is liable to retire at this annual general meeting, is eligible and has offered himself for reappointment. Based on the performance evaluation and the recommendation of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, the board recommends the reappointment until March 31st, 2027. During the year, there was no retirement or resignation of directors or key management personnel. As we look around us, there is a perfect storm of multiple colliding trends that is raging. Clearly, the world is shifting from a single global market to fragmented blocks, forcing companies to make strategic choices and navigate between regions. Just a few years ago with COVID, there emerged the need to de-risk supply chains and move beyond just-in-time to just-in-case planning. Tariffs today are signaling to us that businesses must also de-risk their sourcing. With bilateral and regional trade rules emerging as dominant forces, there is a clear need to accelerate supply chain diversification. Add to this the new uncertainty that AI adoption is creating. legacy system modernization, and data architecture overhauls to ensure that all the firm's data is consumable AI are becoming increasingly unavoidable. Companies need both AI foundries for innovation and AI factories for scaling. Regulatory variances across regions, however, present implementation complexities and challenges. Energy transition brings in another layer of uncertainty, with the future now depending on innovation in solar, wind, batteries, hydrogen, and nuclear technologies. Electricity will play a much larger role, requiring massive infrastructure investments in transmission lines, charging stations, and transformers. This transformation too will have to deal with regulatory hurdles. The price of commodities will depend on how fast these changes take place. Every business sector is facing fundamental challenges. Automakers need to transition to electric vehicles. Pharma companies need to get better at using AI for drug discovery. Logistics firms need to manage supply chain reordering. Financial services are exploring tokenization. Energy companies need to reassess the long-term demand for their products. Utilities must prepare for a very distributed future. Manufacturers need to successfully integrate robots and 3D printing into the mainstream processes. And service companies are competing with more efficient AI agents. Every type of business in every part of the world is having to first adapt to rapidly changing business and technological disruption before advancing into an uncertain and unfamiliar future. In these times of mounting business volatility, Infosys offers the stability that organizations need to survive and thrive. Our comprehensive portfolio spans multiple regions, industries, and technological domains. We deliver solutions that address both established business needs and emerging market demands for which solutions need to be crafted. Whether clients are pursuing aggressive expansion or navigating operational constraints, we have invested in solutions that are relevant to their strategic priorities. In many ways, it's what sets Infosys apart. Our unwavering commitment to stay a step ahead of change and help our clients navigate the same. At Infosys, we are experts in the convergence of AI, cloud, and data transformation. Through Infosys Topaz, we combine AI's transformative potential with a robust foundation of cloud and data infrastructure, positioning our clients at the forefront of tomorrow's opportunities. Our extensive AI agent library accelerates productivity across critical functions, from code generation and IT operations to bill to cash and quote to order workflows. We have crafted specialized language models tailored to specific industries, IT operations, and cybersecurity needs. This deep expertise, coupled with strategic industry alliances, enable us to deliver model development as a complete service offering. Cobalt Cloud capabilities anchor our AI strategy, connecting seamlessly with top-tier public and private cloud providers, SaaS vendors, and PaaS platforms. Our data mastery, spanning architecture, design, and comprehensive structured and unstructured data management, empowers clients to confidently deploy enterprise-grade AI solutions. Across every dimension of enterprise technology, we recreate tangible transformational value while maintaining a laser focus on cost optimization, automation, and operational excellence. This comprehensive capability makes Infosys the partner of choice for global enterprises. As we are shifting to becoming more AI focused, we are mindful about not losing sight of our responsibility to be human first. Everything we do is designed to earn the trust and respect of our stakeholders worldwide. At Infosys, our purpose, the value we bring to everyone around us, is to amplify human potential and create the next opportunity for people, businesses, and communities. We recruited over 15,000 college graduates in the year and ended the year with over 320,000 employees. 39% of our workforce are women employees. During the year, Infosys was recognized as a global top employer in 22 countries for best-in-class HR practices and processes. For the 5th consecutive year, we are also recognized as one of the world's most ethical companies by Ethisphere. We believe true progress is possible only when we serve the broader community, going beyond addressing the priorities of our clients and employees. We have our own blueprint for pioneering responsible business leadership in a rapidly changing world through being sustainable, socially responsible, and exemplary in governance. This is embodied in our environmental, social, and governance 2030 commitments. This year, we have made ambitious updates to the Infosys ESG vision for 2030. This refreshed commitment builds upon the strong vision and foundation that we had already established in 2020, encompassing critical areas include climate action, sustainable resource management, digital empowerment, workplace inclusivity, community development, employee wellness, and exemplary corporate governance. As part of our evolved aspirations, we now aim to achieve climate positive status in 2030, moving beyond net zero to sequester more carbon than we emit, while maintaining carbon neutrality through 2029. Our achievements today speak volumes to the depth of our commitment to ESG. For 6 consecutive years, including FY25, we have been carbon neutral while simultaneously expanding our positive environmental impact. Through 11 lake rejuvenation projects across India, we have increased water holding capacity by 4.3 billion liters. Our human capital development goals are equally transformative, extending digital skills to empower over 18 million people and enabling employment opportunities for more than 500,000 individuals. Our Tech for Good programs have empowered more than 1.25 million lives in e-governance, healthcare, and education, while our digital skilling initiatives have reached 13.3 million people. We have also become the first India-headquartered company to receive binding corporate rules approval from EU data protection authorities, underscoring our governance excellence. Through our community amplification efforts, we will continue to transform lives with technology for good, job creation, and comprehensive CSR initiatives. All of this will be underpinned by a commitment to leading data privacy standards and maintaining a position as an industry leader in information security practices. The world around us is shifting and changing at an unprecedented speed. One of the defining opportunities of our time is harnessing artificial intelligence to drive the next generation of enterprise, to reimagine the way we live and work to our benefit. We have been at the forefront of this transformation and are excited to bring our insights and expertise to our clients' journey. Our recognition as the fastest growing IT services brand over 5 years by Brand Finance, our position among the world's top 100 brands and among the most trusted brands in the US according to Cantor, reflects why leading global enterprises choose us as their AI transformation partner. I'd like to express a deep gratitude on behalf of the entire board to our dedicated employees, valued clients, visionary co-founders, and the governments of every region where we operate. Thank you for placing your trust in us and for your unwavering support. To our shareholders, your belief in our mission and your continued encouragement inspires us to strive for excellence every single day. Thank you all for being part of a continuing success story. I now request Salil, CEO and Managing Director, to address the shareholders.
Thanks, Nandan. Dear shareholders, welcome to the AGM event. I want to spend the next few minutes to share with you an update on where the company has been over the last financial year. The overall theme I want to talk about is leading in AI and cloud. At the start, we have seen that the overall year has shown us tremendous revenue growth. We've been able to grow the business by 4.2% year on year, with our large deals coming in at 11.6 billion and our clients greater than 100 million at a number of 39. This has shown a continuous growth for the company and a foundation which is building on growth for the future. Then as you look at the next operating performance, we see that our performance in terms of operating margin was very strong, and our performance in terms of cash generation was equally strong. In both those areas, we've been able to deliver at the highest levels that we could drive in terms of cash generation, with a free cash flow of $4.1 billion. On the next slide, we can look at the overall performance of the company in terms of our financials in rupee terms. Our total revenue in rupee terms grew at a level of 6.1%. Our operating profit grew at a level of 8.4%. Our operating cash flow was at a record increase of over 41%. Our net profit increased at 1.8%. Our basic EPS increasing at 1.8%, and our free cash flow increasing at over 44.8%. As we now look at the dividends that we were providing, if you look at the last 5 years, we have constantly been providing an increasing level of dividends each year. If you look at this year, with the recommended dividend by the board, we will be at an overall dividend rate of 43 per share, and each of the years it's been increasing in the past few years. Over the last 5 years, the company has returned to shareholders over 98,000 crores in terms of cash return. If you look at our balance sheet, we have a balance sheet which is extremely strong. Firstly, it's fully debt free. Then it's a liquid balance sheet, and where we are every year adding to from our cash into building out the assets of the company for a long-term sustainable future. Then the biggest move we've had in this past year has been what we've done in artificial intelligence. So in AI, we are today working on 400 generative AI projects for our clients. Using AI technologies, we have generated 10 million lines of code, all done through different tools that we use within generative AI. We have also launched very exclusively and at great speed a whole capability around agents, and we have developed 200 agents already. Some of these agents are industry-based agents, and some of these agents are what we call horizontal or functional agents, and these agents are working with our clients to help them in their projects. We are already working on 30 agent-based AI engagements which are being deployed across different clients. And we have today 20,000 employees using GitHub Copilot for coding, one of the largest number of employees of any company around the world. We also recognized as a market leader by market analysts, leading in 9 generative AI studies across different analysts. There are several examples where we have deployed generative AI and AI into our clients. For example, with a large bank, we are using this for some of their financial processes like KYC, where 50% time reduction has been seen. With a large audit firm, agents are doing some of the pre-work and work on the audit. With a large auto company, agents are being used in customer service to improve that. In a large telco, generative AI is actually helping them to improve revenue growth. And in a tech company, generative AI has improved customer satisfaction by 24% on some elements of the customer service. Then, for making AI successful, there are two big components that are needed where Infosys is leading. So one of them is cloud, which is really becoming the infrastructure for everything in AI. So we had built several years ago Cobalt, which is all of our cloud capabilities. And here we see very strong demand for AI, which is essentially on the cloud. We are focusing on turnkey network transformation projects, migration, modernization, and also with an extreme focus on minimizing cost in these areas. We are also building the agents on cloud, on any of the cloud which are large public clouds. In their libraries, you can find agents from Infosys, and also which are custom agents with clients. And then getting all of this infrastructure ready for AI, leveraging the cloud. The second component of making AI successful is really the data capability. Data needs to become extremely robust, and many of our large clients are taking the first step of making their data within the enterprise, the architecture ready, so that that AI can be leveraged within the company. So data has become critical. Here we've made strong industry offerings already within the data area in retail, consumer products, insurance, in industrial, auto, aerospace, utilities. We are also working on enterprise data ready for AI, data for business transformation, and to build an overall AI economy using data. And then we are working on this from modernizing the data capability from legacy towards cloud-based and other structured and unstructured data architecture systems. Now, in the environment that we are in today, and what some of the points Nandan shared about it, it's very much focused from our clients on cost efficiency. And here we have a lot of strengths within Infosys. We have very good focus on automation, on efficiency, on lean, and also using AI for productivity improvement, which is one of the core elements of what our clients are looking for. In terms of how all this is put together, our delivery organization is probably the strongest delivery organization within the IT services industry, supporting all of our clients. We have one of the best delivery capability. We work on large and complex programs, and these are deep and also multi-service offerings where it's not just one capability, but many of them coming together. We could have some cloud, some cyber, some infrastructure, all coming together to support our global clients. And the foundation of this is our training capability that was built several years ago, where we have the best training capability in the industry, and all of our employees joining us from college go through that in the first several weeks that they're with the company. We continue with our leadership in digital, something we started several years ago, and that has become the foundation which is allowing us to become cloud first, AI first, and be strong in the data category. In terms of branding, we've done a lot of movement, top 100 brand in the world, top 3 IT services brand, fastest growing IT services brand, #1 in analyst perception. And we can see in all of the events and all of the interactions with our clients, more and more we see we are becoming one of the more trusted brands in terms of technology, and very innovative in terms of what we're doing with AI. This past year, we continued with our focus on small acquisitions in areas which we see good growth in, good client attention in. One of them was in energy consulting, which is based in the US, and one of them was in cybersecurity, which is a company based in Australia. And this builds upon the last few years where we've done several acquisitions which are now integrated, whether the acquisition is on engineering services, on Salesforce in Europe, in US, and also on some of the joint ventures that we've had some good success with over the last few years. Now, while we are doing all of this, we are very active in supporting what is going on across all the communities that we work in. Just in the last financial year, we have completed 200 projects. We've impacted over 1 crore people in India in a positive way with what we have called Springboard, which provides essentially free training on tech training. Over 9 million people have received this free learning all around the world. We have enhanced over 4 billion liter water capacity with restoring 11 lakes in a sustainable way. And over 28 lakh people have benefited from a variety of healthcare initiatives that Infosys supports. One of the biggest reasons why we do all of these things, both from a client side, industry side, technology side, delivery, is that we have a concept called One Infosys, where everything we do comes together for the benefit of the client to bring the best activities that are going on with respect to the client, whether it's in a different geography, in a different industry, or a different service line. We keep our clients foremost. And this One Infosys concept has helped us last year as well. With that, as I conclude, we had a good operational and cash performance, a strong leadership team, a very dedicated delivery organization, deep capabilities in AI, digital, cloud, and data, and many other areas, working as One Infosys, having the strong trust and support of our clients, which has led us to this sort of an outcome for the year. So thank you very much. And with that, I pass it back to Nandan.
Thank you, Salil. I now request Manikanta, Company Secretary, to provide a summary of the auditor's report.
Thank you, Nandan. The statutory auditors Deloitte Haskins & Sells LLP and the secretarial auditor Makarand M. Joshi and Company have expressed unqualified opinion in the respective audit reports for the financial year 2024-25. There were no qualifications, observations, or adverse comments on financial statements and matters which have any material bearing on the functioning of the company. The statutory auditor's reports on the standalone and consolidated financial statements respectively are available on page numbers 210 and 293 of the integrated annual report. The secretarial auditor's report is enclosed as Annexure 5 to the board's report on page number 85 of the integrated annual report 2024-25. Thank you.
Thank you, Mani. As the notice is already circulated to all the members, I take the notice convening the meeting as read. Before we proceed, I am pleased to bring to your notice that as required under the Companies Act 2013, the company has provided you the facility to cast your vote electronically on all resolutions set forth in the notice. Members who have not cast their vote electronically but are participating in this meeting will have an opportunity to cast their votes through the e-voting system provided by NSDL. Members may please note there will be no voting by show of hands. We now take up the resolutions as set forth in the notice. We will open the floor to any questions by members after all the resolutions are tabled. Accordingly, I will now only read out the resolutions. Item number 1 of the notice, adoption of the financial statements. The financial statements of the company, including the consolidated financial statements for the financial year ending March 31st, 2025, including the reports of the Board of Directors auditors, have already been provided to the members. Item number 2, declaration of dividend. To declare a final dividend of rupees 22 per share, equity share, for the financial year ending March 31st, 2025, you would recall that an interim dividend of rupees 21 per equity share has already been paid for the financial year ending March 31st, 2025. Item number 3 of the notice, appointment of Salil Parekh as a director liable to retire by rotation. The text of the resolution is provided in the notice circulated to the members. Item number 4 of the notice. Material related party transactions of Infosys Limited and its subsidiaries with Stater NV. The text of the resolution is provided in the notice circulated to the members. Item number 5 of the notice. Material related party transactions of Infosys Limited and its subsidiaries with Stater Netherlands BV. The text of the resolution is provided in the notice circulated to the members. And finally, item number 6 of the notice, appointment of Ms. Makarand M. Joshi and company secretaries as secretarial auditor of the company. The text of the resolution is provided in the notice circulated to the members. If any member desires to ask any question pertaining to them on the notice, she may do so now. Members are requested to keep the questions brief and specific. To avoid repetition, answers to all the questions will be provided towards the end. Members may also note that the company reserves the right to limit the number of members asking questions depending on the availability of time. While members are queuing up to ask questions, may I request the team to play short videos of Infosys.
People think innovation means iPhone.